Hey, how's it going? It's CDT5 Vegas Vinyl and our taco of the month, Becca MBTC. How are you guys doing?
Doing
Good,
wonderful.
good.
Alrighty. We are celebrating Halloween and big shout out to Becca here. She is a heck of a better streamer than I am, not gonna lie. I am armpits compared to her. And what you see here is Becca doing Among Us. She also crochets Pokemon figures, among other things. And yeah, congratulations.
Thank you. I'm excited.
All right. So, this question is not even on the docket, but I've been super curious. Have you seen Belly Bolt?
I have. I
And
have,
what
yes.
are your thoughts on that blob of green?
That blob of goodness. It kind of reminds me of like a green rice cake. Like one of those
Ooh.
triangular rice food things, but in frog form. I don't know if that makes it any more or less appetizing, but it's cute. It's adorable. Then again, I don't, there are not very many ugly Pokemon.
Considering that they went on a food thing this go around, that wouldn't surprise me. I could see rice cake.
And I've already had people asking if I know how to crochet it. I'm like, oh my gosh, it just came out. No, I don't. I can try. But no, it literally was just released.
All right, for all our viewers, if she does crochet belly bolt, it's costing you double. I'm gonna say it before she does.
Oh, snap.
All right.
You heard it here, folks.
All right. So, what brought you into the server? We were talking earlier, and you've been with us for a while, but you don't tend to draw a lot of attention like our J Rods or our insert. We don't like this because of that person.
Gotcha. I mean, I was a part of a variety of Overwatch communities and doing league stuff. And the team that I was captaining at the time had decided to leave a couple of the other leagues that we were in. And we were looking around, and I had a bunch of friends who were already a part of Bronze Tacos. And so I was like, hey, I chatted with a couple of the executives to be sure it was okay that we joined and that our vibe would fit with you guys, and worked out well. We came in, jumped in and played on the fire tier a couple of times and had a blast. And I've just stuck around.
Do you still play Overwatch?
I haven't actually. I after last year's All-Star game, that was my last time playing competitive Overwatch.
I remember that.
It
I
was
remember
my
you saying
retirement
that
game.
was you were done.
I
It's probably
did
for the
turn I
best.
turned it back on a couple weekends ago because Dylan begged me to. And he's gonna deny it, but he begged me to play a few rounds of Overwatch with him, and that's why I had to update everything, and I forgot even how to push button. But man, getting right back into my Moira, felt like no time had passed.
So was that the one or the two?
That was still on one.
Oh, I'd be
Yeah,
curious
I
about.
have not touched two. I have not seen anything. I am interested in trying two when the story mode comes out.
I can definitely see that. It's like the game isn't really complete until the story mode gets in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I just want something that's not necessarily super competitive, because it felt like because I'm an extremely competitive individual, my mental health just started to tank by playing Overwatch nonstop 4 or 5 days a week.
Yep.
I think
It's
that happens to most of us. I think,
Yeah, I just got into a
we
really
try
bad
to,
place, and I decided that to make a switch with my streaming to take out first person shooters and go back to my roots of gaming and what I was always brought up on and what I've always loved playing, which are solo games.
That's fair. Well, this probably won't help, but I personally think that Overwatch 2 would end up exacerbating that issue now.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, it's gotten, since it's catapulted back into popularity, I think people being competitive and toxic and all that stuff that Overwatch is known for everybody is back in force.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we back on top, baby.
Oh yeah.
I mean, we've been playing arcade all night to do the arcade challenge, and those games have been more sweaty than the comp games we played last night.
Oh, they've been ridiculous.
Yeah, I think part of
Ridiculous.
it is also because as a female gamer, as a female streamer, I also experienced a lot of extra harassment on top of Overwatch being my
100%.
first ever
Oh,
first-person
yeah.
shooter.
Yeah.
100%. Cypher gets that all the time. Like,
Yeah.
we'll
Yeah.
get randoms that are just toxic because she's a female.
Right, which is completely unnecessary.
Absolutely. I was like, I can make fun of myself as much as I want to, but if anybody else makes fun of me, oh no. Bless your heart for getting involved.
Yeah.
I think we could all take a page out of your playbook there, really, and maybe play a single player game or two to suppress the homicidal rage that Overwatch tends to
Yes.
start, you know?
That's what Fortnite's for.
This is true. Yeah, but you know what? You know the problem with that is we're the toxic ones by dancing on people when we're not going down.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. We create problems for other people. So I was actually kind of looking at your previous videos, and I was noticing that you play like Resident Evil and the new one, right? Village, I believe.
Oh yes.
Yeah. How do have you always enjoyed the Resident Evil games, or
No.
no?
Actually, my first ever Resident Evil game was, I believe it was like 4 or 5. There was a demo that came out on the PlayStation, and I
Mhm.
played it, and I just randomly turned on stream to see what would happen. I was not actually a streamer at that point. I just pushed go live to see what would
Mhm.
happen, and somebody actually tuned in. I freaked out. There was a zombie chasing me. I fell down a hole. Quick 180 headshot. I got a comment like, "Oh my gosh, you must be a pro gamer. That was an amazing
Whoa.
headshot." And I never
Yeah.
turned back. I never turned Resident Evil on ever again because I got a compliment.
And you don't want to jinx it, right?
Exactly. And then my stream community thought it would be really funny because scary games are absolutely terrifying to me. They love to add extra jump scares and to basically torment me with scary stuff. And one of my really good in real life friends gifted me Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. And so I told my community, okay, this was gifted to me. I'm going to play through it 100%. I'm not going to wuss out. I'm not going to stop playing until I beat the game. And that was my first ever Resident Evil game that I played to completion. And so now that we're in October and Halloween's on its way, I said I'll do a spooky game for this month of October, and everybody voted and they wanted Village. I'm like, I hate you all so much.
It's a good game though.
Is it?
Village. I love Village.
I have not played it, but I've heard good things about it. Probably because I'm stuck in Overwatch hell.
Oh, don't bring down the mood. We're having fun.
Oh no. Here's the thing. I love Overwatch and I love the games. I was just bringing up the Resident Evil thing because it's such a contrast to her Twitch channel. When you go on, it's like nice, vibrant, pink, bubbly. You know, and you see crocheting, you're like, oh, that's cool. And then you see like Demon Resident Evil Village down in the corner. You're like, oh, that's quite the contrast. But I think it's a cool thing that you kind of did that for the month of October for Halloween.
Yeah. Yeah, so I tried it, and I'm basically like the epitome of variety streamer. So I mean, of course, there's a ton of people. I mean, the Twitch area is just saturated with small streamers. And everybody says, "Oh, I'm a variety streamer. I'm a variety streamer." But no, I really am. I will play any style game. I will play any any type of game on any platform if it's a single player, multiplayer. And I also craft while I'm streaming too. So I do gaming and crafting. I do singing. I do a little bit of everything. So I really am actually a variety streamer, and I think
Aren't you
that's kind
a
of my niche.
aren't you a music teacher too?
I'm
Like
a music
in real life?
therapist. Yeah, I work with kids with special
Therapist.
needs.
That's
Oh,
really cool.
nice.
That is really cool.
That was another reason I needed to protect my mental health.
Yeah, I can see
I don't
that.
want to find myself being angry all the time because I have to be super sweet and happy and bubbly in my real life. That I was just exhausted by the time I got home.
It's like, Miss Beck MTC, how do you play this note? Johnny, I told you to get on the payload.
Oh my gosh.
Johnny.
I,
Why you gotta say Johnny?
I mean, I've been known to say that exact phrase as a captain of an Overwatch team for a long time, multiple teams actually. I was that loud voice that if this is the goal and the goal is to get and take over point A, we have to be taking over point A. Why are you not on the payload? That is your job. I've been known
Wears you out.
to say that.
It's a
Captaining
simple
a team
premise.
wears you out.
Yeah.
I mean, it almost broke for Charbot. Look at Charbot. He was so happy. Look at him now.
So you say that you use music therapy and things like that, and I know for me, like video games are kind of therapeutic for me, especially after like rough days. I kind of get
Yeah.
to escape a bit. Do you feel the same way? Because I felt that way growing up. Because I used to get bullied a little bit, but when I go home and play my Nintendo or N64, it was kind of an escape, and I feel like it's therapy. Do you feel it
100%.
being the same way?
Absolutely. I won't go too much into it, but these
Yeah.
last couple of weeks have been really tough for my personal and professional life. And it's been hard for me to want to be a personality and be a content creator and be that entertainment value. But there are just some days where I'm like, you know what? I can't kill people in real life, but I can kill people on video games. I'm going to go play some
Absolutely.
video games and get out all of my murderous rage.
You
There
and
you
my
go.
wife would get along very well.
Over what? Murderous rage or video games? Which one?
Yes.
Just yes, Simba.
Yeah, I totally
Yes.
agree though that it can definitely be very therapeutic because you're able to create your own worlds. You can be your own person that you want online. You can put your own personality, your own persona that's different or as similar as you want it to be to your real life. And I think that is just really cool that you can be whatever and whoever you want to be
Oh,
through a video game.
absolutely. Because my persona in real life is 100% different than my video game persona. So I understand.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah.
And,
Not me. I'm kind of the same.
I
Yeah.
can see that too.
I mean, I work in a corporate office, but it's very shipyard based, construction. So it's like I cuss and scream and during my day job. So
Oh yeah, see,
Yeah.
I'm the opposite. Like I have to have my very professional hat on at all times. I have to watch my language, watch my words that I use, and then when I
You
get
gotta
on
be
the video
careful.
games, I'm a completely sailor when it comes to the words that I
No.
use. And I
my
was
wife
I
was
get
home
it.
today, and she heard I was in a meeting, and I was cussing about somebody. She was like, "You got to be careful doing that." I was like, "The people I'm talking to, I know I can do this. If it's somebody I know I don't, then I won't." But you got to know your. She was
Yeah.
just kind of shocked.
know your audience for sure.
Yeah, working with, especially as an educator, if you're doing music therapy for kids like that. I'm a college professor, so I understand that boundary of like professionalism, behaving yourself, and then I come out and, I imagine some of my students in the games and, oh, really? You wanted to ask that question? Pow. Good. Let's dance on you now.
I've always said to people that I use up all of my patience on my patients. And so by the time I'm done with my workday and I'm playing video games, if you're a neurotypical, I'm going to be beating your ass. Like I need to beat up on you guys because I cannot take anything. If my students can do all these amazing and wonderful things and they have a disability, then you
Mhm.
being neurotypical should not be acting a fool. I have no patience for you right now.
Fair. No argument there. Okay. So we'll get back to the video game questions, even though honestly, I find all this real life stuff with everybody fascinating because I'm quite boring with my three Tasmanian devils at home. But
Nothing sounds boring about that.
Yeah.
Becca, what game are you looking forward to that's coming up at let's say by the end of the year?
I've already actually pre-ordered the next Pokemon game, so I will be getting Pokemon Violet.
Oh,
So I am looking forward to that because I did play Pokemon Arceus and that was really cool. And I played Shining Pearl. That was the most recent. Those are the most recent ones. And I haven't played an actual Pokemon game since, gosh, probably Crystal.
same.
Maybe it was like forever ago. It was at least 10, if not 20 years ago, the last time I've played a Pokemon game.
Yeah.
Well, I'll be
before-
getting
Everyone loves
Scarlet, so
Pokemon.
if you need to trade, you know.
Heck yeah, sweet.
All right. Well, there's your heads up, people on YouTube. If you're into Pokemon and you're in BT, keep your eye on that Pokemon channel. It's probably gonna be jumping.
Yeah, we got a couple people that'll be posting in there.
I tried. I just couldn't get into it. I don't get it.
It's like basically because I was like Becca, before Sword and Shield, I hadn't played since like Emerald. Yeah, I think it was Emerald. But basically, if you had Neopets as a kid, it's like your Neopets can slap each other.
Mm-hmm.
I play every third one.
Is there a reason behind that?
That's weird.
No, it just kind of happens. Like I played yellow, red, blue, and then I skipped Gen 2 and 3. And I was like, well, I'll play some Pokemon. It's been years, nostalgia. And I'm like, well, this is the same freaking game.
Yeah,
So I
it
put
really
it down, and then, a couple more come out, and I get X, Y. I'm like, it's the same game. And then I got Sword and Shield, and then I kind of got sucked into the. I've played all of them since then. But
Yeah, that's kind of why I think adding Arceus back into it was a nice change of pace. I've never really done open world games before, um, but that one's also different because you have to craft your own equipment.
yeah,
So I thought that added
it's just so
a
short.
different
Like, it
different
was
feel to
super
it.
short.
Yeah,
I think it's the Pokemon Home that sucked me in because now that I can save them all and put them all in one collective spot, that's kind of got me sucked in.
yeah. And I'm more of like I tend to not play a lot of games right when they come out, which is why I'm just now playing Village, and I know it's been out for over a year at this point. Uh, but I end up not playing it right at release for a lot of games, but this is one of those like I was like, I'm gonna get this Pokemon pre-order. And I pre-ordered both of the last two Pokemon games as well. I'm not a huge pre-order person, but I did on all three of those. Just I don't know why. There's no reason behind my thought process. I was like, I'm just gonna pre-order this one this time, and then these other games that are coming out, I'm like, nah, I'll wait until next year to play it because I'm not super into like Cult of the Lamb. It was not my style of game, so I have not ever played that game. I've watched people play it, haven't done it. Dreamlight Valley, same thing. Not my jam. I will watch people play it, and then maybe I'll play it in a year from now when the hype has kind of died down.
I got sucked into it, not gonna lie. That's a good game.
I did not. No, you I
No.
tried. I said, nope. I'm not picking those roots.
Yep.
Okay, let's see. I'm going
What was
to.
your favorite game? Oh, I'm sorry, CD. I
No,
was
you're
gonna.
fine. I was literally
Um,
just about to say I'm going to mumble to avoid awkward silence, but you go ahead and ask
um,
your question. That's a much better idea.
what do you? What was your favorite game growing up? Because I saw kind of on your Twitch profile. You're from the old school days, the Game Boy, the SNES, the N64. What do you think was the best console ever, and what was the best game ever made?
I would probably have to say console wise would either be the like original Game Boy or Game Boy Color, either of those, because they're portables that kept me entertained going to and from school and on road trip.
Okay.
But also N64, I think was pretty fantastic. I
Hmm.
remember very vividly getting an N64 for Christmas one year, and that was just like the best day of my life kind of thing as a kid. Uh, and I was just a huge Mario fan. I played pretty much all the Mario games. My brother and I both grew up just playing all different video games, and some of the games I would just watch him play because I was too scared to play them. So he would do, and it's okay, you're gonna laugh. I was scared of playing Legend of Zelda because I didn't like Ganon. I didn't like Ganon and Ganondorf. I thought he was a very scary looking dude. So I would watch my brother play. and I was like, all right, I'll watch you play, and then I'll play Mario because apparently Bowser is a lot less scary than Ganon. I don't know. But I love like Paper Mario, any of the cute, silly, fun, bright color type games. If it had a good visual appeal, good music, good story to it, I was sucked in. It was just those are my kind of games, which is what kind of brought Overwatch to my light. My boyfriend at the time was playing it obsessively, and I knew my brother was playing it obsessively. I'd heard this game going on in the background. I was like, "What is that?" And I went and watched my ex play, and I was like, "That game is so cute. Look at all these cute characters and the bright colors. I want to play this." And he's like, "Oh, you're going to be miserable. You're going to hate this game. It's a pew pew shooter game." I was like, "No, they're so cute and cuddly looking. And look at this cute one with like the pajama looking kind of icicle stuff. And this one's a little rat and he throws bombs at people. Oh, aren't they just so cute?" Little did I know that I was going to get hooked and sucked into that as well, just because it visually was so appealing to me.
Hmm.
That's true, though. I mean,
Yeah.
Overwatch does have a broader appeal, just based on the heroes and the
It kind of
colors.
reminds me of Fall
The
Guys.
vibrancy of it.
Yeah, I could see that.
It
Yeah.
reminds me of
I
Fall
mean,
Guys because it's really bright and colorful,
yeah.
and it's not gratuitous in its violence. But I swear those two games are some of the most savage games I've ever played. Like, you have not screamed at a television until you've had some little pajama dude. You're at the very top of the big climb, and you're on the slime. A dude grabs you and literally shoves you off into the slime. I have
Yes.
tilted all the way out from Fall Guys.
Heck you, hot dogs. Yeah, I get it. But yeah, I would say like those kinds of games growing up. I did grow up with all the very beginning Pokemon games, and since my brother and I would play games together, um, he's 3 years older than me, but he was always way too cool to be playing the same game as his little sister. So we made the agreement that if he got one of the Pokemon games, I would get the other. So if I got blue, he got red. Um, I got black, he got white, and silver and all emerald. All like we split the two every single time. As I we never played the same game, but that it kind of kept us from fighting and arguing over who got to play the game when.
Now, see, it was the opposite for me and my sister because she got blue and I got red, and then she wanted to battle. She had been playing it a lot longer than me.
Oh wow!
So, like, I go into battle her, she's got like this level 65 Blastoids versus my like level 20 Charizard. Oh, I was hot.
Yeah, we never did do the battles. I think we probably would have killed each other. We were already not. We were already frenemies as kids growing up. So I think if we had done any battles, my parents probably would have grounded us for life.
Fair. All right. Well, I'm just making everybody aware. I'm not trying to force the interview to end, but we're at the 25-minute mark. And if you guys didn't hear, when we were transitioning from Overwatch 1 to Overwatch 2, we had a video recording for
God.
literally over an hour and a half, and my computer crashed, and I lost
Oh my
the
God.
whole
I don't even wanna
video.
talk about it.
I
Did hear about
we
that.
gotta talk about it though, because I
We
am
had guest speakers
paranoid.
come in, like
We
Big
have a
Sam
guest.
joined us for a little bit. A couple other people came in, Rotarps, you know. It was some good conversation, and CD's like, well, we're getting along. We've been over for an hour and 7 minutes. And that was it.
Yeah.
He was gone.
F and chat.
Lost the whole recording.
So, not pushing anybody out or anything, but I do have
Yeah,
some
we should probably wrap it
paranoia
up here.
about that.
We probably
I
should,
don't
but
wanna-
make sure that we don't forget tonight's sponsor for the video, the Adam and Eve Adult Superstore. Make sure you put in promo code VinylPunk15 for 15% off on any gallon size or larger of lubrication.
But don't look up the video getting punked. It's a bad idea.
What happened to yesterday? You said Elmer's Glue was going to be the sponsor.
We lost that sponsor. We lost that.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I went through a lot of sponsors. I went through Hobby Lobby. If it's not your lobby, it's not a hobby. 15% off, all kinds of glue, huff it, sniff it, put your things together. But I couldn't come up with anything. So it was either Fleshlight, like the old one, or the gun.
How did
Adam
you
and Eve
go
Super
from
Cool.
Hobby Lobby to Adam and Eve?
And they're practically the same
Kind
thing.
of-
They're kind of the same thing, aren't they? I mean,
No.
you could have a hobby in both of those stores. Realistically.
Okay. I guess from that, sure.
Yeah. The merchandise in the store is different, but
But to
the
say, I've never
concept
found
remains
any
the
yarn for
same.
my crocheting on Adam and Eve's
You
website.
just weren't going down the right aisles. You know, that's the problem.
I mean,
As-
they got nylon and rope and stuff. But it's not
There
the
you go.
same
True.
as
I've
crafting.
never used rope in my crocheting.
Yeah.
I do get called as a crocheter. You do get called being a hooker, so
Mm.
I'm sure there's probably some good hooks and chains on there.
Stay tuned for our Valentine's Day specials.
Yeah. But absolutely, I'm going to subscribe to your channel here and, you know, hope everyone else does as well. And make sure that, you know, you respect the female gamers out there. Don't be rude. Don't be nasty to them. They're playing games just like us.
Yes.
And a lot of times they're better at it than us.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
We have different
Right.
brains. We focus on different things. So
Mhm.
while I may not be the best shot, I can definitely find all the hidden objects in games. I'm really good
Yes.
at finding all the hidden things. I'm very detail oriented, but I can't shoot stuff to save my life. I need extra ammo.
Respected. Respected.
Yay.
Mhm.
All right. So we're going to have Becca's Twitch handle. Do you have anything else? I know that I'm going to say thank you. It's been super convenient having your stream in the kofi.com/BeccaMBTC. So it doesn't seem like we're just, leeching off of your stream or anything. If you want to show support, especially to one of our fellow tacos, go to that link, give some support. We really appreciate it. Twitch.tv/ I believe it is BeckhamTCBC. Is there an underscore in between the A and the M?
Yes.
Okay.
Becca _
So I will have that in the description below. And I believe we are all I think everybody is really paranoid about my computer at this point. So,
Yeah.
Mhm.
so we are going to call it for now. Thank you guys so much for checking it out. Please, please, please show support to Becca. She's been a taco for a while and she has been pleasant to be around the entire time, as well as having an entertaining stream. I'm not just saying that. I watch her streams on a regular basis. But I think that'll do it for us. Thank you guys so much, and we will catch you on the next one.